There's something about the quiet hours that brings everything to the surface, isn't there? The worries that seemed manageable during the busy daylight hours suddenly feel overwhelming when the world grows still. Maybe that's where you find yourself right now. In that space between day and night, between holding it together and falling apart, between hoping and wondering if hope is foolish. You didn't plan to feel this heavy. When you woke up this morning, or maybe it was yesterday morning, or perhaps weeks ago, you thought you could handle whatever came your way. You've been strong for so long, carrying responsibilities that weren't meant for your shoulders alone, making decisions that feel too big, trying to fix things that seem to keep breaking no matter how hard you try. The weight isn't just one thing, is it? It's the accumulation of countless moments. It's the phone call you've been dreading to make. It's the relationship that feels like it's hanging by a thread. It's the financial pressure that keeps you awake at night, calculating and recalculating numbers that never seem to add up the way you need them to. It's the health concern that creates a knot in your stomach every time you think about it. It's the future that feels uncertain and the past that feels full of regrets. Maybe it's the loneliness that surprised you. You're surrounded by people, but somehow you feel unseen, unheard, misunderstood. You smile and nod and say, "I'm fine," because that's what's expected. But inside there's a quiet desperation, a longing for someone to really see you, to understand the battle you're fighting behind closed doors. You've become an expert at appearing strong while your heart is breaking, at functioning while your spirit feels fragmented. Or perhaps it's the disappointment that's weighing you down. Life didn't turn out the way you thought it would. The dreams you held so carefully have been delayed, altered, or seemingly destroyed. The person you thought you'd become by now feels like a stranger. The plans you made with such confidence have unraveled in ways you never saw coming. And now you're left wondering if you've somehow failed, if you've missed your chance, if it's too late to start over. The fear might be the heaviest part of all. Fear of making the wrong choice. Fear of letting people down. Fear of not being enough. Fear of losing what you have. Fear of never getting what you need. Fear of being forgotten, overlooked, left behind. Fear that whispers lies in the darkness, telling you that you're on your own, that no one really cares, that you're not strong enough for what's ahead. And then there's the guilt. Guilt for feeling this way when you know others have it worse. Guilt for not being grateful enough for what you do have. Guilt for the mistakes you've made, the words you've said, the opportunities you've missed. Guilt for not being the person others need you to be, for not living up to the expectations you've set for yourself, for feeling weak when you think you should be strong. You've tried to carry it all. You've told yourself that this is just how life is, that everyone struggles, that you need to push through and keep going. You've looked for solutions, made lists, tried to organize your way out of the chaos. You've sought advice, read articles, searched for answers that might ease the burden. Some days you feel like you're making progress, like you're getting your life back under control. But then something happens, a small thing, really, and suddenly you're right back where you started, feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. The tiredness goes deeper than just needing sleep. It's a soul-deep weariness that comes from carrying burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. It's the exhaustion of trying to be everything to everyone, of maintaining facades that take more energy than you have to give. It's the fatigue of constant worry, of running scenarios in your mind, of trying to prepare for every possible outcome. Maybe you've wondered where God is in all of this. Maybe you've prayed and felt like your words were bouncing off the ceiling. Maybe you've asked for help and felt like the answer was silence. Maybe you've questioned whether you're doing something wrong, whether you're not faithful enough, whether you're somehow outside the circle of His care. The doubt can be almost as heavy as the circumstances themselves. You've looked around and seen others who seem to have it all together, who seem to navigate life with an ease that feels foreign to you. Their social media posts show smiling families and successful ventures and peaceful moments that make you wonder what you're missing, what secret they know that you don't. You've compared your internal struggle to their external appearance and found yourself failing some invisible test. But here's what you need to know, what your heart has been longing to hear. The weight you're carrying wasn't meant to be carried alone. The burden that feels so heavy, so overwhelming, so impossible to bear, you don't have to hold it by yourself. There's someone who sees exactly what you're going through, who understands the depth of your struggle, who has been waiting for you to realize that you don't have to do this alone. The tears you've cried in the darkness, the fears that keep you awake, the anxiety that grips your chest, none of it is invisible. Every moment of pain, every second of doubt, every instance of feeling lost and alone, it's all been witnessed by eyes that never close, by a heart that never stops caring, by love that never fails. You are not too much. Your problems are not too big. Your pain is not too deep. Your situation is not too complicated. Your heart is not too broken. Your past is not too messy. Your future is not too uncertain. You are not too far gone, too damaged, too weak, to anything. You are seen, known, and loved exactly as you are, right where you are, in the middle of whatever you're facing. The very fact that you're here, in this moment, searching for peace, longing for relief, hoping for something better, that's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of wisdom. That's a sign of courage. That's a sign that somewhere deep inside, you know there's more than what you're currently experiencing. You know there's help available, comfort to be found, peace to be received. Your struggle doesn't disqualify you from love. Your weakness doesn't make you less valuable. Your questions don't make you less faithful. Your tears don't make you less strong. Your need for help doesn't make you a burden. Your longing for peace doesn't make you selfish. Your desire for things to be different doesn't make you ungrateful. The weight you're carrying tonight, it's acknowledged. It's seen. It's understood. And more than that, it's about to be lifted. Not through your own strength, not through your own wisdom, not through your own effort, but through the gentle, powerful, unfailing care of the one who has been waiting for you to realize that you don't have to carry this alone. You came here tonight feeling heavy, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're at the end of your rope. But you're not at the end. You're at the beginning of understanding something beautiful. You are cared for in ways you've never imagined, loved in ways you've never experienced, held in ways you've never felt. The weight you've been carrying is about to find its rightful place. Not on your shoulders, but in the hands of the one who is strong enough to bear it all. Take a deep breath. Feel the tension in your shoulders. Notice the tightness in your chest. Acknowledge the heaviness in your heart. It's real. It's valid. And it's about to be transformed by a love that knows no limits, a care that never fails, a strength that never runs out. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you never will be alone. In the depths of your struggle, when the weight feels unbearable and the darkness seems overwhelming, there's a truth that cuts through every doubt, every fear, every moment of feeling invisible. You are not forgotten. Not for a single second. Not in your darkest hour. Not in your moment of greatest need. You are seen, known, and remembered by the one whose love never wavers, whose attention never shifts, whose care never diminishes. Every tear that has fallen from your eyes has been collected, treasured, remembered. The ones you cried in the shower, where no one could hear. The ones you wiped away quickly, before anyone could see. The ones that fell silently in the middle of the night, when sleep wouldn't come. The ones that surprised you in the middle of a busy day, when a memory or a worry suddenly overwhelmed you. Every single tear matters. Every single one has been witnessed by eyes that never close, by a heart that breaks when yours breaks. Your name isn't written on some distant list that gets checked occasionally. It's engraved on the heart of the one who created you, who knows every detail of your story, who has been present for every chapter of your life. When you feel like you're drowning in a sea of faces, forgotten in the crowd, overlooked in the chaos of life, remember this. You are individually, personally, intimately known. Your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, your hopes, they're all held in the mind of the one who never forgets, never overlooks, never dismisses. The sleepless nights you've endured, tossing and turning while worries circle your mind like vultures. You haven't been alone in those dark hours. While you've been staring at the ceiling, calculating problems and imagining worst-case scenarios, there has been a presence beside you, a comfort available to you, a peace waiting to surround you. The very fact that your mind won't rest, that your heart won't settle, that your spirit won't find peace, it's evidence of a deeper longing, a soul-deep need for connection with the one who never sleeps, who never stops watching over you. You matter. These aren't just words spoken into the void to make you feel better. This is the foundational truth upon which everything else stands. You matter to the one who spoke the universe into existence. You matter to the one who painted the sunsets and carved the mountains. You matter to the one who knows the number of hairs on your head and the number of breaths you'll take. You matter not because of what you do, not because of what you achieve, not because of how well you perform or how perfectly you live, but because you are you. Your existence alone is enough. Your being here, right now, is significant beyond measure. The circumstances that feel so overwhelming to you, the problems that seem insurmountable, the challenges that appear too big to handle, they're not too big for the love that holds you. What feels like a crisis to you is held in the hands of the one who has never been surprised by anything, who has never been caught off guard, who has never been overwhelmed by the magnitude of human need. Your situation, however complex it may seem, however hopeless it may feel, is fully understood, completely manageable, and absolutely solvable by the one who specializes in impossible situations. Think about the times in your life when you thought you wouldn't make it through. The losses that felt devastating. The failures that seemed final. The heartbreaks that felt like they would never heal. The diagnoses that shook your world. The betrayals that left you reeling. The disappointments that crushed your spirit. You're still here. You survived. You made it through. And you didn't make it through alone. Even when you couldn't sense it, even when you couldn't feel it, there was a strength carrying you, a love sustaining you, a purpose preserving you. The same force that carried you through every previous storm is with you now. The same love that held you together when you felt like falling apart is holding you together now. The same strength that lifted you up when you thought you'd never stand again is available to you right now. You are not facing this moment, this challenge, this season of your life from a place of abandonment or isolation. You are facing it from a place of being deeply, profoundly, eternally loved. Your struggles don't make you less valuable. Your questions don't make you less worthy. Your doubts don't make you less loved. Your weakness doesn't make you less important. Your pain doesn't make you less significant. If anything, your struggles reveal the depth of your humanity, the authenticity of your experience, the reality of your need for connection with something greater than yourself. Your pain is not evidence of God's absence. It's evidence of your need for His presence, and His presence is always available to you. The people who seem to have it all together, who appear to navigate life with ease and confidence, they have struggles too. They have moments of doubt, seasons of difficulty, times when they feel overwhelmed and uncertain. The difference isn't that they have fewer problems. The difference is that they've learned to find their identity, their security, their peace in something that doesn't change based on circumstances. They've learned to anchor themselves in a love that remains constant regardless of what's happening around them. You are not behind in life. You are not missing out on some secret that others have figured out. You are not failing at being human. You are exactly where you need to be to discover something beautiful about yourself, about life, about the love that has been pursuing you all along. Your current circumstances, difficult as they may be, are not your destination. They're the pathway to a deeper understanding of who you are and whose you are. The loneliness you feel, the sense of being misunderstood or overlooked by others, doesn't reflect your true state of being. You are known more completely than you know yourself. You are understood more fully than you understand yourself. You are loved more deeply than you love yourself. The human connections you long for, the acceptance you crave, the understanding you seek, these are reflections of a deeper need that can only be satisfied by the one who created you for relationship with Him. Your value isn't determined by your productivity, your achievements, your performance, or your perfection. Your value is inherent, built into the very fabric of your being. You are valuable because you exist. You are significant because you are here. You are important because you matter to the one who matters most. This value can't be earned or lost, increased or decreased, gained or taken away. It simply is, and it always will be. The fears that grip your heart, the anxieties that steal your peace, the worries that consume your thoughts, they're all based on the lie that you're on your own, that your well-being depends entirely on your ability to control outcomes, to predict the future, to manage every variable. But what if you're not on your own? What if there's someone who sees the bigger picture, who knows the end from the beginning, who has already made provision for every need you'll ever have? Your future isn't determined by your past mistakes, your current circumstances, or your present limitations. Your future is held in the hands of the one who has been preparing good things for you, who has been working behind the scenes on your behalf, who has been orchestrating circumstances in ways you may never fully understand. The same love that has been with you through every previous chapter of your life is already present in every future chapter, preparing the way, making provision, ensuring that you'll never walk alone. The dreams that seem impossible, the hopes that feel foolish, the desires that appear out of reach, they're not accidents. They're placed in your heart by the one who has the power to fulfill them, who delights in doing immeasurably more than you could ask or imagine. Your dreams aren't too big for His power. Your hopes aren't too unrealistic for His love. Your desires aren't too complex for His provision. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not dismissed. You are not abandoned. You are not alone. You are seen, known, loved, valued, treasured, and held by the one whose love never fails, whose care never wavers, whose attention never shifts. In this moment, as you breathe in and out, as your heart beats in your chest, as thoughts flow through your mind, you are being held by a love that is stronger than your struggles, deeper than your pain, and more enduring than any circumstance you'll ever face. The weight you've been carrying, the burden that feels so heavy, it's not yours to carry alone. It never was. You are invited to rest in the truth that you are completely, unconditionally, eternally loved. You are held, protected, provided for, and cared for by the one who has the power to handle whatever you're facing, and the love to see you through whatever lies ahead. You are not forgotten. You never have been. You never will be. There's something profoundly comforting about understanding the nature of the one who holds your life, who knows your story, who has been present through every season of your journey. His character isn't something that shifts with circumstances, doesn't change based on moods, doesn't waver depending on external pressures. While everything around you may feel uncertain, while the ground beneath your feet may feel shaky, while the future may appear unclear, there is one constant, one unchanging reality that you can anchor your heart to: God's faithful character. His nature is to care, not as a duty or obligation, not as a burden or requirement, but as the very essence of who he is. Care flows from his being like light flows from the sun, like warmth flows from fire, like love flows from a parent's heart. He cannot help but care, because caring is woven into the fabric of his character. When you wonder if anyone truly sees your struggle, if anyone genuinely understands your pain, if anyone really cares about your situation, you can rest in the truth that care is not something he does, it's who he is. Every morning when you wake up, whether you feel his presence or not, whether you sense his love or not, whether you're aware of his care or not, he is there. His faithfulness doesn't depend on your feelings, your awareness, your gratitude, or your recognition. He is faithful because faithfulness is his nature. Like the sunrise that comes each morning regardless of whether anyone is watching, his faithfulness is constant, reliable, and sure. Your circumstances may change, your emotions may fluctuate, your strength may vary, but his faithfulness remains steady, unwavering, and true. When you feel like you're not good enough, when you feel like you've failed too many times, when you feel like you've disappointed too many people, when you feel like you're somehow disqualified from receiving love and care, remember this. His love isn't based on your performance. His care isn't contingent on your success. His faithfulness isn't dependent on your faithfulness. His character stands independent of your character. His goodness isn't diminished by your weakness. His strength isn't threatened by your failure. You don't have to earn his attention. You don't have to qualify for his love. You don't have to prove yourself worthy of his care. You don't have to clean up your life before approaching him. You don't have to have all the answers, solve all your problems, or fix all your mistakes. You can come exactly as you are, with all your flaws, all your questions, all your doubts, all your struggles, and find a welcome that is warm, an acceptance that is complete, and a love that is unconditional. Think about the most difficult seasons of your life, the times when you felt furthest from God, when you questioned his existence, when you doubted his love, when you felt abandoned and alone. Even in those moments, even when you couldn't sense his presence, even when you felt like he was silent, his heart toward you never changed. His love for you remained constant. His desire for your well-being never wavered. His commitment to your good never faltered. What felt like absence was actually presence in a form you couldn't recognize. What felt like silence was actually a love so deep it transcended words. His character is not like human character, which can be moody, inconsistent, and conditional. His love is not like human love, which can be withdrawn, manipulated, or used as a tool of control. His care is not like human care, which can be overwhelming, suffocating, or based on hidden agendas. His faithfulness is not like human faithfulness, which can be broken, forgotten, or abandoned when it becomes inconvenient. His character is perfect, complete, and unchanging. When you can't see his hand in your circumstances, when you can't understand his timing, when you can't figure out his plan, you can still trust his heart. His heart toward you is always good, always loving, always kind, always gentle, always patient. He is not working against you. He is working for you. He is not trying to harm you. He is trying to heal you. He is not trying to destroy you. He is trying to develop you. He is not trying to abandon you. He is trying to draw you closer. The difficulties you're facing, the challenges that seem overwhelming, the problems that appear insurmountable, they're not evidence of his absence or his indifference. They're opportunities to discover his presence in new ways, to experience his love in deeper dimensions, to understand his character in greater detail. Every challenge you face is an invitation to know him more intimately, to trust him more completely, to rest in his character more fully. He works in ways you cannot see, at times you cannot predict, through methods you cannot understand. While you're focused on the immediate problem, he's working on the eternal solution. While you're concerned about the temporary difficulty, he's building permanent character. While you're worried about the current crisis, he's preparing you for future blessings. His perspective is infinite, his wisdom is perfect, his timing is flawless. The same power that created the universe is available to you right now. The same love that sacrificed everything for humanity is focused on you personally. The same wisdom that orchestrates the movements of galaxies is involved in the details of your daily life. The same faithfulness that has never failed anyone is committed to your success, your healing, your peace, your joy, your future. Your prayers are not lost in the vastness of space. Your tears are not unnoticed in the complexity of the universe. Your struggles are not insignificant in the grand scheme of eternity. Your life is not a random accident in an indifferent cosmos. You are personally, individually, specifically loved by the one whose character is love, whose nature is care, whose being is faithfulness. When others let you down, when people disappoint you, when human relationships fail you, when friends abandon you, when family members hurt you, when leaders betray your trust, remember that these failures are not reflections of God's character. Human weakness is not evidence of divine weakness. Human unfaithfulness is not proof of divine unfaithfulness. Human limitations are not indicators of divine limitations. He is not like those who have hurt you. He is not like those who have abandoned you. He is not like those who have broken their promises to you. His character has been consistent throughout all of history. Every person who has ever trusted him has found him faithful. Every person who has ever called out to him has found him present. Every person who has ever relied on his strength has found him strong. Every person who has ever depended on his love has found him loving. Every person who has ever needed his care has found him caring. His track record is perfect, his reputation is spotless, his character is flawless. You are not a burden to him. Your problems are not too complex for his wisdom. Your pain is not too deep for his healing. Your situation is not too difficult for his power. Your future is not too uncertain for his planning. Your past is not too messy for his redemption. Your present is not too chaotic for his peace. Nothing about your life is too much for his love to handle, too big for his strength to carry, too complicated for his wisdom to solve. His patience with you is infinite. His grace toward you is unlimited. His mercy for you is inexhaustible. His love for you is unconditional. His care for you is constant. His faithfulness to you is guaranteed. His commitment to you is eternal. His good intentions toward you are unchanging. His desire for your well-being is unwavering. His dedication to your success is absolute. Even when you can't feel his presence, he is with you. Even when you can't hear his voice, he is speaking. Even when you can't see his work, he is working. Even when you can't understand his ways, he is leading. Even when you can't perceive his love, he is loving you. Even when you can't recognize his care, he is caring for you. Even when you can't trust his character remains trustworthy. Your current circumstances are not your final destination. Your present struggles are not your permanent state. Your current pain is not your lasting condition. Your immediate problems are not your eternal reality. He is working all things together for your good, orchestrating every detail for your benefit, weaving every thread of your story into a tapestry of beauty, purpose, and meaning. Rest in his faithful character. Trust in his unchanging nature. Rely on his constant love. Depend on his unwavering care. Anchor your hope in his perfect faithfulness. Find your peace in his consistent goodness. Let your soul settle into the unshakable truth that you are loved, cared for, and held by the one whose character never fails, whose love never ends, whose faithfulness never wavers. You can rest tonight knowing that your life is in the hands of the one whose character is perfect, whose love is complete, whose care is constant, whose faithfulness is forever. You are held by love that never fails, cared for by faithfulness that never wavers, protected by strength that never weakens, and guided by wisdom that never errs. His character is your security. His nature is your peace. His faithfulness is your foundation. His love is your hope. His care is your comfort. His goodness is your guarantee that everything will work out for your ultimate good, your deepest joy, your greatest blessing. In him, you can find rest. In his character, you can find peace. In his faithfulness, you can find hope. In his love, you can find home. There's something beautiful that happens when you finally realize you don't have to hold everything together anymore. When you understand that your white-knuckled grip on life, your desperate attempts to control outcomes, your frantic efforts to manage every detail and predict every possibility. None of it is actually helping. In fact, it's exhausting you, draining your energy, stealing your peace, and robbing you of the very life you're trying so hard to protect and preserve. Right now, in this moment, you have permission to stop. Permission to release your grip. Permission to let go of the illusion that you're in control, that you're responsible for outcomes, that you must somehow figure it all out and make it all work. You have permission to acknowledge what you've probably known deep down all along. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were never designed to be the one who has to have all the answers, solve all the problems, fix all the broken things, and ensure that everything turns out perfectly. The grip you have on your circumstances, your relationships, your future, your security, it's not actually giving you control. It's giving you the illusion of control while simultaneously filling you with anxiety, stress, and fear. Every time you try to tighten your grip, every time you try to manage another variable, every time you try to prepare for another possible outcome, you're actually acknowledging your powerlessness while pretending you have power. You're admitting that you don't trust the process while simultaneously trying to control the process. Think about your hands right now. If you were to clench your fists tightly, holding them closed with all your strength, how long could you maintain that grip? How long before your muscles would begin to ache? Before your hands would start to cramp? Before the tension would become unbearable? And what would happen if someone tried to place something beautiful in your hands while they were clenched closed? You wouldn't be able to receive it. Your closed fists, your tight grip, your desperate attempt to hold on to what you already have would prevent you from receiving what you actually need. This is what happens when you try to control your life. Your tight grip on your current circumstances prevents you from receiving the blessings, the opportunities, the solutions, the peace that are trying to reach you. Your clenched fists around your problems make it impossible for help to enter. Your desperate attempts to manage outcomes block the very outcomes you're hoping to achieve. But what if you could release your grip? What if you could open your hands, relax your shoulders, breathe deeply, and let go? What if you could trust that there are hands bigger than yours, stronger than yours, more capable than yours, ready to hold what you've been struggling to carry? What if you could believe that there's someone who sees the bigger picture, who knows the end from the beginning, who has already made provision for every need you'll ever have? The relief that comes from releasing your grip is immediate and profound. It's the relief of a person who has been carrying a heavy load finally setting it down. It's the relief of someone who has been trying to solve an impossible puzzle, finally admitting they don't have all the pieces. It's the relief of someone who has been swimming against a powerful current, finally allowing themselves to be carried by the stream. Your need to control comes from fear. Fear that if you don't manage every detail, something terrible will happen. Fear that if you don't stay vigilant, you'll miss something important. Fear that if you don't keep everything together, everything will fall apart. Fear that if you don't solve every problem, you'll be overwhelmed by the consequences. Fear that if you don't protect yourself, you'll be hurt. Fear that if you don't provide for yourself, you'll be left without. But what if these fears are based on lies? What if the terrible things you're trying to prevent aren't actually going to happen? What if the vigilance you think is protecting you is actually exhausting you unnecessarily? What if the problems you're trying to solve are already being solved by someone infinitely more capable than you? What if the protection you're trying to provide for yourself is inferior to the protection that's already available to you? What if the provision you're trying to secure for yourself is less abundant than the provision that's already been prepared for you? The truth is that your desperate attempts to control your life are like trying to steer a ship while someone else is already at the helm. You're working against the very force that's trying to guide you to safety. You're fighting the very hand that's trying to help you. You're resisting the very love that's trying to bless you. Your efforts to control are actually interfering with the control that's already being exercised on your behalf by someone who knows exactly what he's doing. Imagine for a moment that you're a child who has been trying to carry a heavy suitcase up a long flight of stairs. You're struggling, straining, sweating, and exhausting yourself. Your arms are aching, your back is hurting, and you're making very little progress. Then your father appears and says, "Let me carry that for you." But instead of gratefully handing over the suitcase, you grip it tighter and say, "No, I can do it myself." You continue to struggle, to strain, to exhaust yourself, all while your father stands beside you, ready and willing to carry the burden you're struggling to bear. This is what you've been doing with your life. You've been struggling to carry burdens that were never meant for you, while your heavenly Father has been standing beside you, ready and willing to carry them for you. You've been straining under the weight of responsibilities that aren't yours, while infinite strength has been available to you. You've been exhausting yourself trying to manage outcomes that are beyond your control, while perfect wisdom has been ready to guide you. The invitation to release your grip isn't an invitation to become passive or irresponsible. It's an invitation to become aligned with a power greater than your own, to cooperate with a wisdom superior to your own, to trust a love more reliable than your own efforts. It's an invitation to do your part while allowing someone else to do the parts that are beyond your capability, beyond your knowledge, beyond your strength. When you release your grip on your relationships, you're not abandoning them. You're acknowledging that love cannot be controlled, that trust cannot be forced, that connection cannot be manufactured. You're creating space for authentic relationship to flourish, for genuine love to grow, for real intimacy to develop. You're allowing others to be themselves while trusting that the right relationships will thrive, and the wrong ones will either be transformed or naturally fade away. When you release your grip on your career, you're not becoming lazy or unmotivated. You're acknowledging that success cannot be guaranteed by effort alone, that opportunities cannot be created by willpower alone, that fulfillment cannot be achieved by striving alone. You're opening yourself to possibilities you couldn't have imagined, to doors you couldn't have opened, to paths you couldn't have discovered through your own limited perspective and abilities. When you release your grip on your finances, you're not becoming irresponsible or careless. You're acknowledging that security cannot be hoarded, that abundance cannot be grasped, that provision cannot be guaranteed by accumulation alone. You're creating space for resources to flow into your life in ways you couldn't have planned, from sources you couldn't have anticipated, in amounts you couldn't have calculated. When you release your grip on your health, you're not becoming negligent or reckless. You're acknowledging that healing cannot be forced, that wellness cannot be manufactured, that life cannot be preserved by worry alone. You're allowing your body to receive the care it needs, your mind to find the peace it craves, your spirit to experience the restoration it requires. When you release your grip on your children, you're not abandoning your responsibilities as a parent. You're acknowledging that their lives are not extensions of your life, that their choices are not reflections of your worth, that their futures are not dependent on your ability to control their present. You're creating space for them to grow, to learn, to discover who they are meant to be while trusting that they are held by the same love that holds you. When you release your grip on your future, you're not becoming careless or unprepared. You're acknowledging that tomorrow is not guaranteed to be what you expect, that your plans are not more reliable than divine plans, that your vision for your life is not more accurate than the vision that the one who created you has for your life. You're opening yourself to a future that is better than what you could have planned, more beautiful than what you could have imagined, more fulfilling than what you could have arranged. The process of releasing your grip is not a one-time event. It's a daily choice, a moment-by-moment decision, a continual act of trust. Every time you feel your hands clenching, every time you sense your shoulders tightening, every time you notice your mind racing with attempts to control outcomes, you can choose to release, to relax, to trust. You can choose to remember that you are not alone, that you are not responsible for outcomes, that you are not required to have all the answers. There's a profound peace that comes from releasing your grip. It's the peace of knowing that you are held by hands that are stronger than yours, guided by wisdom that is greater than yours, loved by a heart that is more faithful than yours. It's the peace of knowing that the burden you've been carrying is now being carried by shoulders that are broader than yours, that the problems you've been trying to solve are now being handled by intelligence that is superior to yours, that the future you've been trying to control is now being managed by power that is greater than yours. God's shoulders are broad enough to carry every burden you've been struggling to bear. His wisdom is deep enough to solve every problem you've been trying to figure out. His love is strong enough to handle every relationship you've been trying to control. His power is great enough to manage every situation you've been trying to manipulate. His provision is abundant enough to meet every need you've been trying to secure. His timing is perfect enough to orchestrate every outcome you've been trying to force. You can release your grip on your reputation because your identity is secure in His love. You can release your grip on your image because your worth is established by His valuation of you. You can release your grip on others' opinions because His opinion of you is the only one that ultimately matters. You can release your grip on your performance because His acceptance of you is not based on your achievements. You can release your grip on your mistakes because His forgiveness is complete. You can release your grip on your past because His redemption is powerful. You can release your grip on your guilt because His grace is sufficient. You can release your grip on your shame because his love is unconditional. You can release your grip on your dreams, because his plans for you are better than your plans for yourself. You can release your grip on your timeline, because his timing is perfect. You can release your grip on your methods, because his ways are higher than your ways. You can release your grip on your understanding, because his wisdom surpasses your comprehension. The very act of releasing your grip is an act of faith, an acknowledgement that you believe in something greater than your own ability to control outcomes. It's a declaration that you trust in a love that is more reliable than your own efforts, a wisdom that is more accurate than your own understanding, a power that is more effective than your own strength. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, as you prepare to sleep, as you prepare to let go of the day and all its challenges, you can also release your grip on the burdens you've been carrying. You can open your hands, relax your shoulders, breathe deeply, and trust that you are held by love that never fails, guided by wisdom that never errs, protected by strength that never weakens. You don't have to hold everything together. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to control every outcome. You don't have to manage every detail. You don't have to solve every problem. You don't have to prevent every difficulty. You don't have to secure every blessing. You don't have to guarantee every result. You can rest because he never rests. You can sleep because he never sleeps. You can let go because he never lets go. You can trust because he is always trustworthy. You can relax because he is always working. You can release your grip because his grip on you is secure, unshakable, and eternal. The relief you feel as you release your grip is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not surrender, it's strength. It's not defeat, it's victory. It's not giving up, it's giving in to something greater than yourself. It's not losing control, it's discovering that you were never in control to begin with. And that's actually the most liberating truth you could ever embrace. Release your grip. Open your hands. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Trust completely. Rest peacefully. You are held by love that never fails, guided by wisdom that never errs, protected by strength that never weakens, and cared for by faithfulness that never wavers. Your life is in good hands. Better hands than yours. Stronger hands than yours. More capable hands than yours. Hands that have never dropped anything precious, never failed to catch anything valuable, never let go of anything important. Hands that are holding you right now, have always been holding you, and will always hold you. Let go. Release your grip. Rest in his care. Trust in his love. Believe in his faithfulness. You are safe. You are secure. You are held. You are loved. You are cared for. You are never alone. As the day draws to a close, and the world around you begins to settle into the gentle rhythm of evening, as the noise and chaos of daily life fade into the background, as your mind starts to release its grip on the concerns and worries that have occupied your thoughts, there's something sacred about this moment. This transition from wakefulness to sleep, from activity to rest, from striving to surrendering, it's a daily reminder of one of life's most beautiful truths. You are held. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the weight of your body sinking into whatever surface is supporting you. Feel the gentle pull of gravity, the way your muscles can finally relax, the way your breathing can deepen and slow. This physical sensation of being held, of being supported, of being able to let go, it's a reflection of a deeper spiritual reality that surrounds you every moment of every day. Just as you can trust the chair or bed to hold your physical body, you can trust the love that holds your very life. The arms that are holding you are not visible to the naked eye, but they are more real than anything you can see. They are arms that have been holding you since before you were born, arms that cradled you through every season of your life, arms that have caught you every time you've fallen, arms that have carried you through every storm you've weathered. These arms are not weak or tired from holding you. They are not strained or burdened by your weight. They are not growing weary from the duration of their embrace. They are strong, steady, and eternally capable of holding you. Think about the times in your life when you've been held by someone who loved you. Maybe it was a parent who held you as a child when you were scared or hurt. Maybe it was a friend who embraced you during a difficult time. Maybe it was a partner who held you close when you needed comfort. Remember how that felt. The safety, the security, the sense of being protected and cared for. Now imagine that feeling multiplied infinitely, deepened beyond measure, extended beyond time, and you begin to understand what it means to be held by divine love. The love that holds you right now is not dependent on your worthiness, your performance, your achievements, or your perfection. It's not conditional on your faithfulness, your understanding, your gratitude, or your recognition. It holds you simply because you exist, because you are precious, because you matter. This love doesn't hold you more tightly when you're good and release you when you're struggling. It holds you consistently, constantly, and completely, regardless of your circumstances, your emotions, or your responses. As you prepare for sleep tonight, you can release every worry, every fear, every burden you've been carrying. You can let go of the problems you've been trying to solve, the outcomes you've been trying to control, the future you've been trying to predict. You can surrender the relationships you've been trying to manage, the circumstances you've been trying to change, the people you've been trying to fix. All of it can be released into the hands of the one who never sleeps, who never stops caring, who never ceases to work on your behalf. The peace that surrounds you like a blanket is not something you have to earn or achieve. It's something you can simply receive, like a gift that's been wrapped and waiting for you to open. This peace doesn't come from having all your problems solved or all your questions answered. It comes from knowing that you are known, that you are loved, that you are held by someone who has the power to handle whatever you're facing and the love to see you through whatever lies ahead. Your mind, which has been racing with thoughts and concerns throughout the day, can finally rest. The constant stream of analysis, planning, worrying, and calculating that has occupied your mental energy can slow down and eventually stop. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. You don't have to solve every problem before you sleep. You don't have to have all the answers before you close your eyes. You can let your mind rest, knowing that infinite wisdom is watching over you, infinite love is caring for you, and infinite power is working on your behalf. The love that holds you is like a warm blanket on a cold night, like a safe harbor in a storm, like a gentle hand on your forehead when you're sick. It's comfort that doesn't end, security that doesn't fail, peace that doesn't run out. It's the love of a parent who would do anything for their child, multiplied by infinity. It's the love of a friend who would never abandon you, deepened beyond measure. It's the love of a protector who would sacrifice everything for your safety, extended beyond time. As sleep begins to approach, as your breathing deepens and your heart rate slows, as your body relaxes and your mind quiets, you can trust that this is not just a physiological process. This is a spiritual act of surrender, a daily practice of trust, a nightly reminder that you are not in control, and that's perfectly okay. Sleep itself is a form of letting go, a practice of releasing control, a demonstration of trust that you will be cared for even when you're not conscious, even when you're not aware, even when you're not trying to manage outcomes. The darkness of night is not something to fear. It's a blanket of peace, a covering of protection, a space of rest. In the darkness, you can release the need to see everything clearly, to understand everything perfectly, to control everything completely. You can trust that the one who holds you sees perfectly in the dark, understands everything completely, and has perfect control over everything that matters. Your dreams tonight will be held in the same love that holds your waking hours. Your unconscious mind will be guided by the same wisdom that guides your conscious thoughts. Your sleeping body will be protected by the same power that protects your daily activities. There is no moment, no state of being, no condition of existence in which you are not completely held, thoroughly loved, and perfectly cared for. Tomorrow will bring its own challenges, its own opportunities, its own reasons to trust in the love that holds you. But you don't need to think about tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow's grace will be there when you need it. Tomorrow's strength will be provided when you require it. Tomorrow's wisdom will be available when you seek it. Tonight, you can simply rest in the present moment, in the current reality of being held, being loved, being cared for. The sun will rise tomorrow not because you will it to, not because you need it to, but because the same love that holds you has ordered the universe in such a way that provides for your needs, including the need for new beginnings, fresh starts, and daily reminders that life continues, that hope endures, that love never fails. The sunrise will be a gentle reminder that you have been held through the night, that you have been cared for while you slept, that you have been watched over while you rested. You are safe, not just physically, though you are physically protected, not just emotionally, though you are emotionally secured, not just mentally, though you are mentally at peace. You are safe in every way that matters, held in every dimension of your existence, cared for in every aspect of your being. You are safe in your past, which has been redeemed by love. You are safe in your present, which is held by grace. You are safe in your future, which is secured by faithfulness. The love that holds you is not threatened by your doubts, weakened by your fears, or diminished by your struggles. It's actually strengthened by your need, deepened by your vulnerability, and intensified by your trust. Your weakness doesn't make you less worthy of being held. It makes you more aware of how much you need to be held. Your struggles don't make you less deserving of love. They make you more grateful for the love that never fails. As you drift towards sleep, as consciousness begins to fade, as the conscious mind gives way to the unconscious, you can trust that the love that holds you conscious is the same love that will hold you unconscious. The care that surrounds you awake is the same care that will surround you asleep. The protection that covers you during the day is the same protection that will cover you during the night. You are never alone. Not in your struggles, not in your joys, not in your fears, not in your hopes, not in your questions, not in your discoveries, not in your failures, not in your successes. You are never alone in the day, never alone in the night, never alone in the seasons of plenty, never alone in the seasons of want. You are never alone in the mountaintop experiences, never alone in the valley experiences, never alone in the ordinary moments, never alone in the extraordinary moments. Sleep is not an escape from reality. It's an entry into a deeper reality. It's a daily reminder that you are held even when you're not trying to hold yourself together. It's a nightly demonstration that you are cared for even when you're not conscious of the care. It's a regular practice of trust, a routine act of surrender, a habitual release of control. The love that holds you tonight is the same love that held you yesterday, the same love that will hold you tomorrow, the same love that has held you through every season of your life. It's the love that held you through childhood, through adolescence, through young adulthood, through every stage of your journey. It's the love that held you through loss, through disappointment, through failure, through success, through change, through stability, through uncertainty, through clarity. Your breathing, which is now slow and deep, is a rhythm of trust. Each breath in is receiving life, receiving grace, receiving love. Each breath out is releasing tension, releasing control, releasing fear. This rhythm of breathing is a physical prayer, a bodily act of worship, a corporeal expression of trust. You are literally breathing in the love that holds you and breathing out the burdens that have been weighing you down. The beating of your heart, which is now slow and steady, is a rhythm of life, a cadence of hope, a drum of endurance. Each heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive, that you are loved, that you are held. Your heart beats not just because of biological processes, but because of the love that sustains all life, the grace that maintains all existence, the power that upholds all creation. You are held by love that never sleeps, never tires, never takes a break, never goes on vacation, never gets distracted, never forgets, never overlooks, never dismisses. While you sleep, this love is awake. While you rest, this love is active. While you are unconscious, this love is conscious. While you are unaware, this love is aware. While you are inactive, this love is working. The pillow that supports your head is a reminder of the support that holds your life. The blanket that covers your body is a reminder of the protection that covers your existence. The bed that holds your weight is a reminder of the foundation that holds your being. The room that shelters you is a reminder of the love that shelters your soul. The house that protects you is a reminder of the care that protects your heart. As you fall asleep, you are not falling into nothingness. You are falling into the arms of love. You are not entering unconsciousness. You are entering a deeper consciousness of being held. You are not losing awareness. You are gaining awareness of how much you are cared for. You are not becoming vulnerable. You are discovering how perfectly protected you are. You are held. You are loved. You are safe. You are cared for. You are protected. You are valued. You are treasured. You are significant. You are important. You are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are never abandoned. You are never overlooked. You are never dismissed. You are never unloved. Sleep peacefully, knowing that you are held by love that never fails, cared for by faithfulness that never wavers, protected by strength that never weakens, and cherished by grace that never ends. You are in the safest place in the universe, in the arms of perfect love, in the hands of infinite care, in the heart of eternal faithfulness. Rest now. Be at peace. You are held. You are loved. You are safe. You are never alone.